Hey guys, TapDawg here with Little Alchemist Helper, and today I'm jumping back into the Beginner's Guide series. And this is something that's not just a Beginner's Guide series, it actually could be practical for anyone who plays this game, but I'm putting in the Beginner's Guide series because I feel like it's a next logical step after you finish the events. So that's why it's going to be put in here, but today's topic is the best free-to-play deck that you can make in the game. And it's kind of two different types of decks here, and I'll explain the features and benefits of both, and also I'll explain the background for how I decided and determine these decks. Granted, you might have a different opinion, you might think there's other cards that are better than this. I'll just want to explain how I came up with the criteria for this deck, and then what the decks are. Alright, so like I said, there's two different decks I came up with, and what I've used for my analysis is Mr. Andersam's Optimizer. So what I did was I took every single bronze card that's in the game, every single silver card that's in the game, because both of those are free to access. You can collect those. It might take you a while to get some of them versus other ones, but you should have access to all of them. And then the only other thing I've added as well is all of the gold combo cards that you get from the events. So the 10 gold combo cards. I'm not looking at any of the other gold combo cards that are possible because all of those you technically have to spend gems in order to get them from packs. And I'm not going to be counting, you know, the random ones that you can get from the Onyx Goblin or the Diamond Goblin or anything like that. So this is purely looking at the cards you get from the free-to-play side of the game. So again, it's all the bronze cards, all the silver cards, and then the 10 gold combo cards from the events. In addition to that, when I put these into the Optimizer, I put 3 of each of the bronze and the silver, and I had them fused. And the reason I did that was because that's going to be the highest you can get those cards. So anytime I'm talking about bronze or silver cards here, make sure you know that those are going to be fused versions of those cards. So just keep that in mind. Now for the gold combo cards, I did not fuse those because you only are guaranteed to get the one version of it. Now there is a chance you get fused versions and that would skew these numbers a little bit, but for the purposes of this video and the purposes of these decks I'm talking about, the gold combo cards are unfused. Alright? Those are all my caveats put out of the way. Only other thing I did was I changed a little bit of the overrides for Mr. Andersam's Optimizer. For copy reduction, I put it at 50%. Usually it's at 80%, which means there's less chances of seeing the duplicates. I'm okay with having a couple duplicates because it's the chances of actually having both is going to be that kind of rare. So I dropped it down from 80 to 50. That's not that big of a change. The biggest change though is I have the fusion buff. So normally it's a 300% upgrade for a card if it's fused. I jumped that down to 150 because in my mind a card does get a little bit of a boost for being a fused card, but not triple the amount of a normal card. So I felt like a 50% improvement over a regular card is about accurate for a fused version of that card. So that way, that's pretty much all I've done. And then the only other thing I did was I put 30 cards in each of these packs because in my assumption, you're going to have 5 final forms that you put in there. If you were to add additional cards, that would probably change the ordering for these, and they might have a couple extras that are different, but most people in game have a 35 card deck, 36 card deck. 30 of those are combo cards and 5 or 6 of those are final form cards. So I hope that explains everything. It took me about 4 minutes just to go through all of that, but now I can talk about the two decks that I made. So I made one that is in sum mode and one that's in attack mode. So the sum mode looks at the attack and the defense of the combos that are created with these cards. So this, in my mind, a sum pack or a sum deck is going to be good for people who are using a healer and people using the enchanter or any of those sub-varieties, because you're going to have an equal amount of attack and defense. Some of your cards might have more attack, some might have more defense, but overall you're having the most available in-game for these combos. Okay? The attack one is good for someone who's using a master enchanter, the enchanter, tiebreaker, because those are focused on doing as much damage as possible, and you're okay with that because you're attacking them, trying to get their health down as quickly as possible. So that's why I have 2 different best free-to-play decks for the different types of players. So I'll start with the Sun mode. Again, this is good for healer and enchanter types of decks. And like I said, there's 30 cards in here. Some of them are bronze, some are silver, and some are gold. There's a nice little correlation between all of them here. And so let's jump into those now. Alright, so as you can see, it's actually pretty evenly dispersed between the bronze, silver, and golds. There are 12 bronze in this deck, 8 silver, and 10 gold. So you have all 10 gold combo cards from the events are included in this. So that's going to be bear, energy, food, life, monster, science, space, time, villain, and wind. Then the 8 silver cards are going to be human, knight, knowledge, magic, superhero, sword, void, and wizard. And then your 12 bronze in this grouping are going to be bat, demon, dragon, earth, elf, golem, metal, radiation, rainbow, snake, undead, and water. Again, this is a summation mode, so this is looking at these cards, when they combo together, are going to give you the best attack plus defense. Again, some of those might be attack focused, some might be defense focused, and some of them might just be like a 25-25 where it's an equal attack and equal defense. But this is going to be your best for your summation mode for your healers and for your enchanters or anyone that's in the blue or green categories. Alright, now we're going to move over to the attack mode, and you'll see there are quite a few similar cards, but there are going to be a few changes as well, because we're looking not so much at the defense of these cards, but again at the attack. How much damage can they do? How quickly can they destroy your opponent? This is a good type of a deck to use if you have the tiebreaker, because you're trying to kill your opponent as quickly as possible. So let's look at that now. Alright, so one of the biggest changes in this pack is this is the, for the attack mode deck, you have 9 silver and 11 bronze instead of 12 bronze and 8 silver. So there's 1 extra silver, and what that is this sword card. There's actually 2 sword cards in this one because it's that good for this attack mode focused deck. But let's look at the bronze cards first. Well, actually, there's 10 gold cards, so again, all 10 event cards are in here. Because obviously they make the best combos for your deck. And then you have 9 silvers. So let's go through those silvers. There's human, knight, knowledge, prehistoric, which wasn't in the last one, superhero, sword and sword, void, and a wizard. And then for the bronze cards, you're looking at, you don't have bat in this one, but you do have demon, dragon, fire, metal, poison, radiation, rainbow, sun, water, werewolf, and wolf. Alright, so that's kind of the breakdown of these cards. Again, what you're looking at here are combos that are going to be attack focused, not really caring about the defense because they're trying to do as much damage as possible. But when you combine all of these things together, you have both the Sun mode, which is good for some people, and the attack mode, which is good for others. But I just wanted to kind of give you guys an idea of what you could look for your best free-to-play deck. I hope that's helpful to you. I'm going to try to continue to make more guides and help for the new players, for people who are free to play as well. I'll probably be coming out with a video sometime this next week as well that's focused on heroics and how to start doing them, what you should focus on, how you run through them, and kind of do a tips for beginners on that. And then hopefully sometime this week we'll get those new packs, or not new packs, the new combos, backfill combos in the game. They said that they're coming this month. Well, they said they're going to come in June, and they said they're going to come last week. So hopefully, cross your fingers, we'll get them sometime by the end of this month. But just remember, this game is a marathon, not a sprint. Take your time, be patient. Know things are going to come out when they're ready. And just be thankful that we're getting some new stuff. So anyway, thank you guys so much for your time, and I hope you have a good rest of your day. Bye.